There was a guy in jail and he recorded on
I knew it.
Lab, right? And it actually didn't come out that bad. I don't know what he was doing. He must have had soundproof something, and it's so reflective in jail. So I didn't know how he was doing that.
But the mic qualities in the iPhones are like insanely
so
shocking.
I think he was using his little.
But you know what I like in versus a dry or wet? I like a wet that still doesn't have time-based effects on it. Like if the wet, that's a dream, right?
ARKs versus Yamahas.
Yamahas. Yeah, I really got with the Yamahas.
Damn, that was like with disgust.
Shout out to Rob, J, Gay P, NYC, John Nurse, Toby, the whole OTR team. I like that is the whole squad. I like how our extended family and Cam, Cam and Lamb, can't forget Cam and Lamb.
What's his name?
Because
Calvin.
I'm still holding on to my Pro Tools subscription. I literally got a charge the other day and I was like, do I still have a subscription to this? And I was like, I don't need this. Then I thought about the many OTR freestyles that I'd be having to mix, and I'd be like, damn, I do need this. Courtney is mixing some of the OTR freestyles. Congrats, by the way, on that. By the way, on the radar. Appreciate you. I did want to say one thing to him, but go ahead.
Why you think John?
Because Mr. Nurse, John
what y'all got to do with Pro Tools?
Because John, no. You just hating? Okay,
I'm just hating.
Well, John is in charge.
John is very integral to the operation.
Yeah, he is integral. I was going to explain the whole OTR thing. But yeah,
what was the question?
Dang, what was the question to you? My question to you was, what was my question?
About recording in Pro Tools?
Or is it video, since we just the video nerds?
No, we're not. We're gonna defeat this narrative. It does.
Nah, we gonna keep created the narrative.
Yo, somebody commented, hold on. Someone in the live, when we was listening, they was like, I laughed so hard. It was in the episode that we were like, yo, Courtney's an adult. He talks when he wants to. Somebody said, yo, y'all really don't be letting Courtney talk. And I sat there and I couldn't wait because it was the live feed. I said, I can't wait for this moment because it was coming up. And then you said, it came up and we was like, yo, he's a grown man. He can talk when he wants to. And then you said, word, I'm just chilling. And I said, see, I told you. We told you. And then secondly, your Pro Tools subscription. How much is your Pro Tools subscription?
$30, give or take.
That's crazy.
Why is mine $38? Mine was $38 the other day. And I was so thrown off. I was like, whoa, we getting a 40 cash on this subscription?
You got Ultimate or like Standard?
I only got Studio.
No, we got the same one, 38.
You got Studio?
Yeah, 38, 37.9.
What do you have?
I don't get charged.
Okay, never mind.
Nice, wavy. That was fire. That
was a great intro. Because the AI is gonna go to him and go, I don't get shit. Huh?
I relate. I relate to my brother over here. I don't get charged.
In what? Oh, FL Studio. Anyway, I'm done. I quit. So long story short,
40 cash a month to make songs?
Hey, I'm with you. I stand with you. That's getting ridiculous. I saw that. It said 38 something from some, and it doesn't say Avid. It says that whatever their payment system is.
I just found out a dude made a 1 billion stream song off of BandLab.
Who? What song?
He's a murderer now. I can't talk about
it. Okay, now, oh my God. What the, okay.
I can't even say shout out.
If you got it, you got it.
If you got it, you got it.
So we do have a very special guest with us today. Obviously just been talking to this guy for a long time. Been posting a bunch of his content, been watching a bunch of his content. He's made all of us laugh. We've learned a lot from him. Yeah. I just enjoy the content that he puts out, from the funny stuff to literally the educational stuff, interviewing people, all the things that this gentleman is doing. I'm a fan. And
the voice of the YNs.
I'm dead. Facts. And when we got the opportunity, and just with schedule wise to make this happen and stuff like that, we were like, yo, we gotta just figure this out, make this happen. And man, is this a long time trying to figure this out. Here, bro. Of course, man. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mixed by L, bro.
I done made it, guys. I done made it to the big stage, guys. Come on now.
I know. And you know what's funny? In this one, for this, because you are like an influencer and stuff like that, we're just gonna kick it, just chill, and just have you just be a part of the crew, and just like
have a conversation with you
guys. Type. You know how this is.
Sure.
You watch this on the timeline every day.
For sure.
The time and stuff like that.
Yeah, I picked the wrong day.
What do you mean?
Because I came here like a man on a mission.
Go ahead, go for it.
Cause
I'm scared. When Courtney,
I know exactly
when Courtney got like stuff, I'm very nervous. Go ahead.
Oh man, and
go for
boy, oh boy, did he get some stuff.
Hey, real quick, just had a huge favor that I wanted to ask you, and that is, could you please subscribe to the channel? It would mean so much to the growth of this podcast, as well as ensure that we're able to do more and more cool things on this channel on a weekly basis. So once again, it would mean so much. It would be a huge favor to us, and it would help us so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay, now back to your episode.
Okay.
I want to talk about tracking. because I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, I'm so
Tracking.
sorry.
Tracking.
You have news though.
Yeah, this is part of the news though.
Okay.
So
Oh, y'all know something?
the other
something you
day,
don't.
shout out July. I was working on July's OTR experience mix.
Yeah.
And I saw just a certain structure of just the setup of the session, and I was like, shout out to Cam, by the way. Cam arranged all these like beats, like these are 5 different songs, but they're in one session. And I was like, obviously this is for like, an experience mashup showcase kind of thing, but like, could one also just run regular sessions like this? Just do everything from one
I know
session?
some people. You're saying like they're doing 5 multiple multiple songs
In a
in
single
one session,
session.
right? And they just move on to it. I've seen engineers do that. And I think it's just a better workflow for them to just give them the entire session of all the songs. But when I get a
Yeah.
session like that to mix, I'm like, I'm deleting all the other ones. I'm just
Oh, yeah,
mixing
for
that
sure.
one song. You know what
Dog,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe
But
it's
some people think you mix them all. Full. Some, when they send it to me, like, you're gonna mix all. No, that's not part
Yeah,
of the
no,
session.
no,
One
exactly.
song.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So let me ask you this question as far as that, because let's help people understand.
Right.
The OTR experience that you're referring to is a person comes up there, right? And what they do is they do like 4 to 5 songs, and they do like it's a whole vibe. Like they do all the songs.
For all those who are not old heads, we used to call that a medley back in the day.
That's a fact. Thank you. I was like, how would they understand? But they do the medley, and then long story short, they have all 5 songs. Now, are the songs blending in with each other, like just going?
Some of them, well, obviously, so there's a transition. One song fades out, the next one starts. Some of them are very immediately as soon as one hits the downbeat. That's the starting beat of the next song.
Okay.
Some are a little bit more like, okay, there's volume differential, now it's fading back in kind of thing. But yes, for the most part, they start immediately right after the other.
Got you. And in the recording of the video, right?
Yeah.
Is it meant to be like seamless?
Yeah, he's not sitting down, backing away from the mic or nothing. He's going from one song into the next.
Okay, cool. So I'll say in that case, I would do
Absolutely,
it that
yeah,
way.
for sure.
That's
It
fine.
lends itself to doing that in
Yeah.
that format. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I thought that was actually fine. Yeah.
Intriguing,
Yeah. It's kind of like our podcast. Like I'll just like let it
So-
run inside the thing. What happened?
Bring it back to tracking.
Okay.
Oh yes. So how I want to actually do that
For
is like
for Sweater to be keeping us on point
Yeah,
is
keeping us
scary.
on point.
This is
I
the
love that.
dynamic
I
is
love that. That's
all
growth.
messed up. This shit is weird. Go ahead.
it's shifting. But what you would call it? It'd be dope to like do that, especially like for artists that are like, they just come in and a lot of artists sometimes they'll have a studio session and they'll be like, I have these 5 songs, 3 songs, whatever on my mind. So you probably just like set it all in one session, just let them like tear through that, have fun. And then it's like obviously now one day you have to bounce them down to individual mix sessions.
Yeah.
So you just do like a little individual mix in that main session, sort everything out into its own session, and then of course within those, individual sessions you can get a little bit more nitty gritty.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that's a dope workflow.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
not
like
mad
to
at
start
that.
doing that.
What I would, to be honest with you, because probably I'm gonna keep the consistency of what his voice is throughout the medley
Exactly.
anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably more or less like a reverb that I'm gonna add or take off and stuff like that. Like okay, this is more of a drier sound and stuff like that. But yeah, I would do the same thing. Obviously, volume is gonna vary too.
Oh, for sure.
As far as their vocal, but once again, I'm gonna automate the entire thing and just call it a day. But that's kind of like the live show side.
Experience, yeah.
Because the live show, what I would do is there were times like my DJ wasn't available, and I'd be like, dang. And what I'd do is I'd take all my songs and just put it in one Pro Tools session.
Yes.
All my TV tracks.
Yes.
You know the vibes. And I would create my set, even create moments of pause in it. Like, bro, I remember this show. I remember I got off the stage and I went to my manager. I was like, I am that dude. Because it went. Like scratches.
good, right?
I did it. Like I programmed my whole show. Like
Well, that's- I think
And
that's
you
the
already knew what
standard
was
now.
coming up
I
because it
knew
was
it.
already
Even
set
the
up.
breaks,
You set it up, right?
Even the
Yeah,
breaks
yeah.
with the transitions, it was like music came in and I was like, okay, the song's come back in. Like so I'm talking in between and I'm like, all right, I got a little break. It's like 10 seconds. But when the music is gonna come up, I don't have to sing immediately, but at least it kind of like brought me in. So yeah, like I just made it what you saying?
I feel like that's kind of the standard now. It feels like though because the auto tune and everything, and like everything is automated for the shows now. I feel like you're being distruthful or untruthful.
What is the
That's
right way
not
to
what
say
you.
that?
That's not what you said earlier.
What he said, snitch.
He said, "I want to start recording my sessions all in the same session."
Like for an album?
That'd be cool.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's insane.
Can I be honest? I want to send you to jail for that.
Why?
There is a jail for that. I ain't gonna lie.
Why?
It's a special crime.
For two reasons. One, I don't think, no, and this is just purely hate. I don't think you have the focus to do all of that. to handle all your records in one.
I've already done it, but okay.
To record new records all in one
Yes.
session. And 2, are you track listing before the records are done?
What do you mean
What do you mean?
pre-track listing?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Right? Like, are you actually like, this is track 1, that's track 2, that's track 3?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I go back after the fact and organize everything like that. Yeah,
Wait, so you after the fact or before the fact?
after the fact, like organizing like what is what take and whatnot like that.
No, I'm talking about in order. Like, let's say you
Your track
record
order.
5 records, right? Your track, but you're saying you're gonna record all of them in one Pro
In one
Tools session.
session.
Are you putting them in order of what they're gonna be on the album or something like that?
Oh no! I'm not even talking about
so-
like
so
to-
just
yeah,
for the-
just
for the
like,
love
yeah,
of it, you're
in the
just
sense of just like, oh, I want to record 3 songs today. Let's just record the 3 of them in that one session.
Why would
Oh,
you
yeah, no, I
prefer
can't do it.
that?
I can't do
because I'm also thinking about like save files.
I know.
Thinking about-
So then the
Oh, yeah, I
other
didn't think
side,
about
the
that,
other side
yeah.
of it, yeah, the other side of it, which there's another part of it that I figured out in the midst of figuring out this. I finally cracked the code on Tizio's famous. Remember how he said like, "Oh, I'm recording Chris through Melodyne, but I'm printing it through his vocal bus." My dumbass. I literally looked at like I set up a Melodyne track, sent it to my regular vocal bus, our 3 plugin setup thing.
Yes.
Then sent that out to a regular just central vocal chain, and I was like,
It's printing.
wait a second. I thought, right? I was like, wait, one's monitoring, that's monitoring. So when he says he's printing all 3 of this, is he's just arming all 3 of these tracks to record? Because I'm only hearing one monitor signal.
Okay.
Yes.
What the way I
Granted, though,
Okay.
I realized back to your like central problem. I was like, damn, I've just gone now from one vocal file to tripling the amount of like space I'm taking up.
Yeah.
There is a lot of space like being taken up, and obviously there is a pick, choose, and refuse with that, like at your own discretion. But I do like that maneuverability because at one time I'm getting a raw vocal that's going through a track with just Melodyne on it. A raw vocal that's going through auto-tune, and then the totalized vocal through the Melodyne, through the auto-tune, and through the processing. So I have numerous steps that like, I want to take that over again. Maybe I'm cool that like here, I'll just Melodyne this and have it go through the rest of the
So quick
process
question:
kind
How
of
are
thing.
you how are you recording with Melodyne? Are you just using the plugin and then
Yep.
just
I just have the plugin on one
I'm gonna
track,
try that, bro?
Yeah.
I never even thought of that concept. Of
sending
like
it out to another to a whole nother
Yeah.
aux with the chain,
Yeah.
and then that chain has auto tune on it. You just record. You could arm the both of those to record if you so choose.
Okay, yeah, I definitely just
thing.
learned something. I didn't even know you could do that. Like record with Melodyne is crazy.
You know? Go ahead. What's up?
he about to blow.
He's
me.
about to smoke.
He's
He's
about to
Yeah,
blow
yeah,
my.
he's
Go
about to
ahead. Go ahead.
You'd be an excellent politician.
Why?
You didn't answer shit.
I did not.
Let me say this. In the back of my mind,
He brought up an amazing point,
Bro.
to answer some shit that I was like,
So-
nah, you're not gonna trick me this time.
Yeah,
you're not gonna trick me.
So what I'll say to what you saying is the way I would kind of used to do this is because I was doing something similarly nasty like that, right? Where what I was doing was I had one track that was my tracking, it was my record track, right? And then I had a print track where it would actually print with all the actual plugins and stuff. What I was doing on the record track was I was doing something so ghetto because I didn't want to wire my system to just print directly into input 1 on that track. I was doing this. I was setting up the record track to have whatever compressor I wanted outboard, right? So whatever outboard compressor I wanted. So I said, all right, I put my outboard compressor on this record track, right? And so I was sending that record track out to an audio track. Thus, what's happening is it's printing that aux that I've created, this input, it's printing that onto that
New audio track.
with the compression. Ghetto. That was the most ghetto way, disgusting way to do that, so that I wouldn't have to go and wire it.
I'm mad because I was like, why didn't you just plug the mic in?
Cause my setup at that moment was so disgusting and so like I need to like sit down.
When I was first getting my setup, I kind of was like, I didn't have a preamp at first, so I was going directly into a compressor. And when I heard Lil Baby Engineer do it, I was like, okay, I don't feel so bad. But everybody was bashing
Was
him in
getting
the
mad.
comments.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, because
You
okay,
saw that
so
clip,
yes,
right?
yes,
And I've
so,
done it before.
So question on it, it had
But
to
I had
be
a tube. I had like a tube. It was a tube. I think I already had like its own power or something. So I literally I just turned up the gain and it worked. And I was recording people, but I didn't have a preamp at the time.
See, but that's so my question to that was because even I was like, wait, how? I was like, oh, it had to be like a dynamic
Or I kind of
microphone.
did what you did either because I know I was able to like get the insert. So I don't know if I put the insert on it and had it print through there. I don't know what I was
What
doing.
you was doing back then?
I remember I didn't have a preamp and I had the DA3 and that's all I had was that compressor. And I just stuck it in there and it worked.
And it worked.
Yeah.
But see, here's my thing. Why I was so confused when I saw that too, I was like, wait, you need a preamp. Like, there's no
That's
way.
what my mentor always says. He was like,
Yeah.
bro, you need that. And I'm like, well, it worked for me too.
But the only way I could think that it even that, I was just like, yo, bro, because there's even with a dynamic mic that doesn't need 48
doesn't
volts.
even, right.
Yeah, I was like, yo, even
Yeah.
if it doesn't have 48. So when I saw that, I was mad. I was baffled too. I was just like, wait, how? How is there no preamp? I was like, I
Yes.
kept watching it over
Because
and
he
over.
took away, because when I asked, I said, you took away? Like, why would you take the 1073 away and then put it in and distress a bit? When he said, he was like, bro, that's how I do it. I was like, all right.
I'm baffled. And
Yeah.
you're baffled.
See, I
like,
wouldn't take a preamp anyway now because now I see how important a preamp is.
Yes.
Right? Like you're feeding so much like
Yeah.
color into that compressor, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, I was doing, and I was like, it worked for that time being.
that's so strange.
I want to tie
Okay.
things back.
Okay.
Y'all are good. Y'all are really good. Y'all should start a podcast.
What happened?
I'm not leaving the fact that he just insinuated that life would be easier if he recorded every song in one session.
Yo, yeah.
So I need you to
Okay,
address
we
that.
need to address that. Okay, so my belief. I want to hear everybody's belief on this.
Nigga,
Recording.
no. You should record different songs in different sessions. Like, can we all agree?
Okay, yes, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you on this. So that for you, okay, cool. Why it wouldn't work for me? Because I know later down the line, since I make so much music also, saving it, I don't know what is in, I'm going to lose songs. I'm going to start to
You would
lose
definitely.
like my songs and stuff like that. In my mastering session, that's the only place where I'll have multiple songs and stuff like that. So for me, that doesn't work for me. But you're a wild boy, you know? And you make it happen though.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
And when you're doing the mastering and all of them, you're just making sure y'all correlate.
Yes. So in a master session, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that kind of that ideology of I don't want them to touch their volume knob. You know, so I'm just trying to listen to everything and try to make it as cohesive as possible. As far as like, the vocals on this are a little loud, which will give them the perception that it's a little quieter. So in my head, I'm just like, let's bump that mid-range up a little bit on this one to compensate for this one and kind of figure things out. So I'll try to make it as cohesive as possible, especially low-end wise. That's where it can get really tricky because obviously different kicks, different basses, styles and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean this one is weaker than that. It's like this song calls for that versus this. So still trying to find like that middle ground of like, how can I make this still feel cohesive from a standpoint of mastering and just the volume.
See, that makes sense.
But can I tell you what mastering does expose for me with a good album? It exposes how well an album is produced. Like it quickly. Like, because I can tell when I'm mastering an album that it's like a beat from that guy, that girl, this thing, and it's like his beat mixing is not that great. His sound selection is terrible.
A lot of, which is why I always give him shit when he says it about himself. A lot of producers are probably some of the best mix engineers.
Oh
of
my
all time.
gosh! When a producer's like, "Here's my album," it's like cohesion,
Bullshit.
like just cohesion.
Hey, you can't flatter me out of this one.
No, yeah, I got you.
I need it because here's the thing. I'll tell you why it won't work for me.
Okay,
I have the focus of a cat in a room of laser pointers, gang. I'm not. I can't do it, gang.
Yeah, there's no way.
FL sees this episode.
It's not
and
FL
says,
Studio. It is
now
not.
we're gonna make Leavens do
We're not.
things.
We're not gonna blame FL for this.
I'm not blaming FL. I'm just saying they're gonna.
Can I tell y'all something? If
they're
you
gonna
are
invite
out
you
here
by side.
recording multiple songs
in one
in
session,
the same session, unironically,
Unironically,
we
it's
have
something
an
nuts.
issue. Like you shouldn't be. Are you automating auto tune to each track?
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's
he's
so
gonna
much
have
work.
to,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
work.
But you know
So-
what's so
or
funny?
just creating a new track and just like
You know
that's
what's-
auto tune for that.
I was literally about to say. I was like, damn.
I'm not gonna help you with this.
See, no, but you are. It's too easy.
We can't help
the same
him.
thing too. I said, oh, this is it. This is the end of the road. My auto tune's gone. What about people that need to rap on chromatic
Why?
and people that need to sing in major minor? I
Why
literally
not?
said.
Creating
Make
a
one track for rap,
So-
one track for singing. You
Because
done.
you're a
Another
nasty
thing
boy. You nasty
Some songs
boy.
require more. So why are you doing?
Oh yeah, well nah. If you
No.
gotta do like
What-
shift changes, key shifts.
What would,
I'd be
what
like,
would
nah,
rounds?
GGs.
What would be your
GGs.
You've been at OTR a lot. I could tell.
what would be the beneficial reason for doing that?
You never have to leave a new session. You never got to see
That's
there.
it.
You never got to sit there.
Hey,
Look at the blank template screen again.
Yo, to say that
You
that's
right
it.
in there.
That's it.
Yeah, you just
I
He don't
need
want to feel
more.
alone.
You just
He don't want his
jump in.
vocals to feel alone.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I need more than that.
You just jump in,
to
bro.
Jump for you to change the recording world. I
Because
need.
gang, we make
I need more.
templates. It don't
feel
ever
you.
have to be blank.
Yeah, but templates can't change the key of a song. Can't change it to the key of the
Auto key
auto-tune.
can. Auto key is in our templates.
Oh, that's actually a bad idea.
What do you mean?
Wait, I found a hole.
Oh yeah, you gotta like manually set all
Oh
the
yeah, you have
background.
to manually set it for
So
each
if you
So
one.
you're
Yeah.
gonna do that?
Yeah.
So if he want to play back the song in there, he got to change all the auto keys. That's crazy,
It's kind of whack.
bro. Record it separate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, definitely record
just
it
record it
separate,
separate
yeah.
sessions. I can't wait to title
still
this
gonna do
episode.
it.
It's gonna be I'm gonna make the
still gonna
funniest
do it.
title on earth. So to
Why
say
you shouldn't
this is.
record?
I wanted to say this too. I wanted to introduce the podcast because for a lot of great reasons. We recently we're switching homes with a few things for our members and stuff like that. They'll know and find out pretty soon. But I do want to introduce the podcast, the Studio Nerds Podcast, the podcast for studio nerds like yourself. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And right now, one of the things that I'm going to do is, and this is going to be interesting, I actually had one of our members say, I asked all of our members, I said, yo, give us questions that we can run on the podcast. One of them said, tell Elgene one gotta
My
go.
name isn't LG, by the way.
Sweater, sorry.
you. I appreciate it.
Which one gotta go? Like to do a one gotta go. They miss your one gotta goes.
Okay.
And the one gotta go. Oh my God, I'm so mad at myself for not having it right on deck. It made me laugh so much, and I was like, this is terrible.
I'm excited.
Okay, one gotta go. It said, and I'm gonna ask everybody, taking iPhone recordings for mixes. Okay. Okay, so taking an iPhone recording for a mix, working for free for an artist, okay, or working with an artist that only uses YouTube rips.
Oh, the iPhone gotta go.
So iPhone gotta go. So yours,
Yeah.
iPhone gotta go for
Listen
you.
to me. I'll work with an artist that uses YouTube's MP3 beat
Yes,
with the Curtis King
I agree.
tag on it. any
Okay,
day. That's
with
just-
the Curtis King
that's
tag.
given.
Shout out Curtis King.
Is that the purchase
what was the other one?
tag?
I work for free for an artist. You said an artist. That's only one. I'll work for free for SZA.
Okay,
I don't mind it.
That's a fact. You got around that. I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie.
You now, if you send me a voice note and say, put this on top of this beat and mix it,
You doing it?
we got to no.
I can do it. I can make
I'm
it
about
happen.
to say I might.
I ain't
I
gonna
might
lie.
let
Here's
me
the
I
thing.
might like the challenge. I might
feel
relish in that
like
challenge.
So you got to place it.
Nah, that's
Placing
OD.
it is crazy.
That's
Think
OD.
about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Placing it is
sorry.
Think about
Yeah,
a
I'm
voice
sorry.
note. Like,
sorry.
how is he recorded with
Placing
the
it
beat?
is
Exactly.
crazy.
Or he'll record it with the beat,
Uh-huh.
playing loud as hell in the
Yeah.
voice note, and you got to AI the vocal.
Nah, I
out.
gotta. Well, what would you do, L? Especially somebody that records people a lot, L. Like
Yeah.
obviously with your own studio and
No,
stuff.
I don't record. I don't really record that much.
Oh, so you do more-
I mix, so I get sessions. So I would say,
Okay.
like the iPhone thing. But I actually did one. There was a guy in jail and he recorded on
I knew it.
BandLab, right?
Uh-huh.
And it actually didn't come out that bad. I don't know what he was doing. He must
No, I'm
have had
telling you.
soundproof something, and
The
because it's so
mics-
reflective in jail. So I didn't
Right.
know how he was doing that.
But the mic qualities in the iPhones are like insanely
Listen,
shocking.
I think he was using his little, the
His-
headphone
right,
thing.
his headphone
wow.
amp.
Yeah, that right there, and he just was
Wow.
making sure he was in it, and
Right.
then like I made it the best I could. And he
Them
actually had a
joints is good.
following too. He had like 70K. Like it was yeah.
I got a real theory about
Yeah.
that
And
too.
you mix
I
it, and you mix his record.
Yeah, I mixed
from
it, and actually people liked the song in there because they don't really expect it to be
Of
whatever 'cause
course.
he's in jail, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Them
I
joints is
got
good.
a
But I
real
would
theory
say I
about
would give
that.
away iPhones though because I don't like the whole BandLab recording. And you send it to me to think that you're gonna get a studio quality.
Got
every
you.
time.
I got a real theory about that BandLab shit.
What?
I feel like
So if you're anything like me, you have hundreds of plugins on your system that you barely use or never used at all. It takes so much time for your DAW to start up because it has to scan hundreds or thousands of plugins, as well as you're getting these annoying prompts that come up from demos that you never activated. Well, we've made this super simple tool called Bypass. And what Bypass allows you to do is it allows you to easily just scan the plugins on your system, all the different formats as well on Windows and Mac, and allows you to easily delete them. Cut and simple. You can get the Bypass app at helpmedevon.com. And I want to know your Bypass number.
a dry BandLab recording don't sound like a voice note recording. I feel like Cakewalk throws something extra on the BandLab.
for sure. Like your FL Studio clips, soft clipper for
Yeah,
years.
it can't-
That
it's
trick.
not regular.
No,
I
no,
don't
for
think
sure.
regular.
It's not
You know what's so
regular.
funny? Can I be honest with you? And I kind of feel bad for saying this. I've never even opened BandLab.
Wow.
I've never touched it.
have.
I know nothing about it.
This guy's 40.
Whoa, I'm 40. Yo, that's crazy. Whoa. Actually, there's some, yo, you just made me
Disrespect.
think about my age. I was like, Yo, chill.
Yo, chill.
Just so for you,
Yeah,
too, Courtney.
I
Then I
think-
got one more question.
I think I'll probably
remember.
go with the iPhone challenge because that's
Gotta go.
pretty. That's
Oh, you
pretty
want
tough.
it?
Yeah,
So-
I'll working with artists for free. Gotta go.
Are you kidding about money?
Are you kidding me? The moment I tell them just like, yo, it's free, they're gonna be like, okay, so here's my dream. I did not sign up for that.
Shout out Courtney for keeping
I
it
didn't
a
sign up for
bean
that.
ski. He said, yo, honestly, I don't care. You can
So
send me
which one's gotta
whatever.
go?
Who, what, for me?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Can I be honest with you? This is such a hobby for me that I kind of want the iPhone recording for fun.
That's what I'm saying.
'Cause I
Can I
wanna
tell you why you're a
shop-
liar?
Why?
But the
Can I
next
tell you
time
why
I
you
get one,
lie?
I'm gonna send it to you.
And I
Send
don't
it back
wanna,
to me, and I'm gonna see if it get approved.
He like, all right.
And I hope this, and I'm gonna be very, 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 very real with y'all. I'm about to make jokes, so don't take it serious. It's
Oh,
not
God.
defamation on my brother's character.
Please.
But your patience not the highest.
Yes, it is.
With mixes,
Yes, it
if
is.
I fuck one stem up, I get a voice note
Oh, yeah.
from hell.
Yeah, you right.
So you think you're gonna be able to get that voice note into the?
Yeah, but it's you.
I rest my
Because
case.
I know
rest
you
my
know
case.
better. That's what it is. It's like, if I don't know you, it's like, okay, they might
He
be
hates FL
new.
stems, but think an iPhone AIFF file is gonna do the trick.
I might be jacking it. It's just that when you send stems, you've gotten a lot better, by the way. Like, that joke has just lasted for a long time.
I've
But
gotten excellent.
you got a
Shout
lot
out to
be-
Ben Thomas.
You
man.
got a lot
Ask him.
better.
Ask him.
Yo, you know what I bet?
What?
I bet you like made sure too. He's like, oh, I'm getting Mr.
Boy,
Bibbs.
the
But when you
folders
send it
I
to me, he be like, yo, figure that shit out.
Boy, Ben got a folder that was so neat. It had, all right, here's all the guitars and keyboards. Here's all the basses. Here's all the drums. Here's all the vocals, background vocals, everything separate. Here's all the sends.
Can I tell you something about that? For me, I actually don't like when it's all busted. And it works for some people. I actually don't like when it's busted into folders. I like when it's just one straight loop.
Just so you can drag and drop it?
Yeah, because I just want to just dump it, and then I'm going to organize it regardless. So even if I go guitar, because now I got to go guitars, damn. Now I got to go basses, damn. Now I go, and that's, to be honest, that's no fault of yours. Like, I like what you're doing. You're doing like a good thing, but for I bet you a bunch of people agree. How you feel? Like, I like it just,
I'm so used to having it straight, just dragging. I figure it out as I'm listening,
Right.
type of deal. But I kind of appreciate it sometimes when they name the stuff, because then I know, okay, drag this here to drag this next, because it just now it's just in order, and I don't have to make it in
True.
order. You get what I'm
it's
saying?
in my heart, I'm just like, oh, okay, I can see how this could help me.
you gonna
Yeah,
drag
but
it-
I'm just so used to like having everything.
You're going to drag and drop it now. It's going to be hi-hat, vocal, bass.
Yes.
Yep, and then you gotta
And then I gotta-
organize everything.
So it's like, I'm making
Yeah.
your job
fun
easier,
about that
dog.
too.
Something
But
fun about
I prefer your way. I'm dead. I prefer your way. It's just a little stop for me
On that-
as opposed to dropping everything
On
in.
that, real quick, you know, it's also another kind of thing. Like, I kind of hate like receiving when it comes to mixes.
What grinds your gears?
What grinds my gears is, and it's it's no shot to none of y'all. Like, I love all my clients, but y'all have a nasty habit. I'll get a and specifically, you could tell what a person wants you to work on in the mix when they send you a stem and it's wet and the other one's dry, and I'd be like, and you be setting yourself up. You'd be like, all right, how much different is it gonna be? Then you hit a wet version, you'd be like, why did you send me the dry version?
even
I don't
bother.
want this dry.
Oh my God,
I
he's so
don't
right.
want this
Yeah,
dry.
I'm with
He's
you
so
on that,
right,
bro. I'm
He's
with
so,
you on that.
bro. When you get the dry versus you be like,
Nah, wet. Yeah, I be
wet.
like, go
You
to
like,
this. Go to
I'm
this.
starting right there. It can have reverb.
Have
I'll be
I'm
like,
trying-
confidence.
yeah,
I'll be
that
real
would
with
kill me
confidence in y'all
sometimes.
FX.
Yeah.
Y'all did great.
I'll be
Do
real
not
with you.
get
If
them
he
dry.
says the dry and wet of everything, I'ma just type in wet into Mac and drag and drop those.
And you know what I
He said I'm
sometimes
not
do
bringing
too?
in the dry at all.
You know how sometimes I'll cheat? I'll be like on some parallel processing stuff. I'll be like, this could use a little bit more body. I'll throw that dry.
I throw that
in.
dry in there.
I'll throw that dry. in
Oh, that's
there.
kinda
That was actually
fire.
a
That's
really
kinda fire.
Funny joke. That was actually pretty funny.
like,
You know what I'll say is sometimes if I feel like you know what I like to use the dry as though, I'll listen to see how much. No disrespect to the artist, but how much damage was done. It was to the wet. I'd be like, ooh, like y'all didn't need to do that much. Like
Yeah.
y'all took away
lot
ABC
kind of things, yeah.
You know what I like in versus a dry or wet? I like a wet that still doesn't have time-based effects on it. Like if the wet, that's a dream, right? If the wet to me doesn't have any reverbs or, delays, but it's all
That's
up there.
perfect, bro. Yeah, it's
Perfect. Like all that
yeah. And they
dynamic.
keep it like in their sense, like they separate that. I love when they do that. 'Cause I can just
OD.
blend that in
be
with the
honest.
mix.
You bounce it with the what you
those
go.
are my dries.
What?
So you love your dries?
No, those are
Those
my
are
dries.
your dries.
It's just no reverbs and stuff, right?
I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
I know what
I like
dry-
how you sing your vocals.
yeah, I know. They're
I like how
always
you sing your
amazing. They're
vocals.
always amazing. I'll tell you one thing, man. My vocals, they gonna get to you right.
You right. You right.
I went to audio school, y'all, so I know what dry.
You did. You what?
I did.
You did?
Bro, you came to like you
That was a
visited.
class. You come on.
Yeah, but
Don't do that.
it was still a year long, and
said
I
I
got
went
my
to audio school.
certification.
He said I
Like
went to audio
You
school.
technically went to school for
You trying to take that from us?
did go to,
We not gonna let you
and
get that
I
off.
still went to school. Like I went to college.
Now you went to school.
and then I went to college.
Damn,
for
you kind
audio.
of did to go to school.
I just dropped.
But it was more
out.
like business. It
just-
was like
no,
audio business.
No,
Yo, we're
Cruz is
not trying to
up
let
there-
you. We're not trying to let
Cruz
you
is
have
not up
it.
there teaching business. Shout out my dog Cruz.
Yo, Cruz was his teacher, and we trying to take it.
Cruz wasn't my teacher.
Well, he
But
was one. I'm saying he was one of the people
He
there.
came in
But yes.
right after I dropped out. I was
Yeah.
so
Okay.
pissed off.
Which is
about
you were
that.
saying about your vocals. Sending a dry
Yeah,
vocal.
so I'm just letting y'all know before they kill me in the comments. I know what dry and wet means.
Facts.
Okay.
At the same time, just off the words alone,
Thank you.
to me, dry mean no verb, no delay, and wet mean all the verbs, all the delays.
Okay.
So my dry vocal is everything but the verb and delay.
Okay.
Which I
Am
like.
I
Yeah,
wet
dry-
vocal?
dry doesn't have to
Can
mean,
I
like,
be honest with all due
unprocessed.
respect? No mix engineer is, and I record to this day. My entire album I recorded in FL. No, I didn't use a tracking engineer for any record on my album.
Oh, that's great, actually. Well, not great.
I
I'm just saying
tracked-
that's good
I
for you.
I tracked everything myself.
That's good for you.
I'll tell you one thing right now. No tracking engineer will ever have a completely dry version of my vocal, no auto-tune, no nothing.
Yo.
So you
Absolutely
print your auto tune when you send it, and I actually like that because artists are very particular about their auto tune. So like if they
Yes.
just send it to me, I know that's one thing I don't got to worry about.
That's a
right?
fact.
and that's the biggest thing,
Bro,
Yeah.
have you ever had a client, right? You could tell it's a newer client. I had a guy get mad at me. I said, hey, I listened to your reference because I'm always asking for a reference. I don't care. I'm like, you got a reference. You've been playing this song. Send me a reference. I listened to the reference and I'm like, those vocals in his thing are auto-tuned and they sound like Travis Scott. These vocals that I got in my session sound like some guy in a room, right? And I'm like, hey, at the very least, I'm not asking for their processing. I'm like, hey, could you just send me your auto-tune? I just asked him for his auto-tune. And he got so mad. He got mad at me. But I knew it in that moment, I was dealing with someone that I'm like, oh, you don't understand why I'm asking you that.
Yeah.
And then he said, all the engineers I work with, I've never had to do that. I was like, I know you're lying. Like, there's no way, bro. Because now I'm gonna put your auto tune on, and it's gonna be a guessing game.
be different.
But I try to tell people, yo, just be confident in what you
Oh, I say,
captured.
but you know what I do literally, because then I kind of bully the clients into it, but it's in a way where I try to inspire confidence in what you're sending to me. 'Cause at the end of the day, I'm like, all I'm here to do is take what you think is gold and bring it over the finish line. I'm not here to discover what the gold is about your song. I like what you did, so just let me do my stuff from it. When it comes to pitch correcting and stuff like that, I've had that conversation a million times. And I literally tell people exactly I'd be like, go back, take off everything, compressors, EQ, all that stuff. If you wanted to send it to me dirty as it was before, that's fine. Make sure the only plugin that's printed onto this is your autotune, because I'm not gonna touch that. And if it sounds bad pitch wise, I don't want that coming back on me.
And right, and I'll say this, to each his own, because we have had this conversation before, and people have been like, well, if whatever they say, it's like, yo, I agree, I totally. If I told the client, like, is it okay if I get your auto tune? They go, no, it's all good. I want you to figure it out. Okay, cool, no problem. You gave me the green light.
Yeah, the green
But I
light.
want to be clear, and if you clip this, I want please.
Oh, yeah,
please.
for sure. No.
But in my head, and for me, I would love your auto-tune. Why? Because you've been working on this song. That auto-tune that I use may be different from the one I have, especially just even if we get into messing with the humanize and flex tune, everybody notices the small. If you've been doing this long
smallest
enough,
differences, yeah.
yo, bro, if you can send me my session back and I can listen, I'm like, you touch my auto-tune. You could have moved something by one. I'll know.
Which to that point, to be honest, which we hear a lot. Yes, it is. We are up to the mercy of our clients a lot of times, but also understand, keep in mind, this is still a form of the service industry.
It is a service.
The best way that y'all could help us is to help us help you.
Yeah,
So please.
I agree. So I have something I wanted to bring up. So that was Juno. Shout out Juno. That was a great question. That was a great one. Gotta go. They said they was like, yo, tell Sweater we
Start
want
doing them more.
we want the one gotta goes. You know what I'm saying? Type vibes. So I did
What
have.
you trying to say? I'm not doing enough?
I think they're trying to say.
Hey, yo, Juno.
Hey, yo, you know.
I turn you to a prophet real quick.
Fact.
Ooh.
It's gonna get
Yo,
real.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
Nah.
yo, stop playing with my boy LJ before it turn real
He
arterial
got an
in
album.
here.
He got an album coming. He gotta
man,
have an
cozy
album.
on the way.
coming. Cozy
Stop
on
playing
the
with
way.
him. Cozy on the way.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie, Juno. That's gonna be a big joke in the Discord.
fire, yeah,
by the
that's
way,
fire.
shout out all our members.
sir.
So one of them asked, and he's pretty serious about this, and I know what he means. This is from In Depth. This is from a guy. His name is Paul. Shout out Paul, one of our founding members. He asks, if we could bring up about volume balancing techniques, the basic fundamentals. Now, here's what I'll take and say about that so that we can actually bring it up. What are the two most important techniques that you feel what are the two most important techniques in mixing to you as far as how you approach a mix? Like the two most important like mindsets or techniques in your mixing process to you?
If it's loud, turn it down.
Okay, I respect
If it's low, turn it up.
You sound like Tizio. Tizio says that. He be like, I don't understand why y'all parallel compress. Just turn it up.
I love
He
it.
always said.
Facts.
So
That's real. Like those are my volume techniques. Granted, of course, mixing takes more.
Okay.
But I always tell you, I'm not a mix engineer. I thank God that I have access and I've been able to work with all the greatest.
Yeah, you got friends.
Like mix engineers on earth.
Right.
But I think, and this is, I'm kind of gonna go on a tangent. But my biggest reason for tracking myself is from a perspective of just an indecisive creative.
Okay.
Like I'm a writer that takes pride in thinking of better lines and going back and recutting it.
Right.
And I would hate to have to book a session just to do over one line.
Type.
I would hate to have to book a session just to take out a sub or change this bass line or whatever. So I like that. But I also like to play my songs loud. So I try to get them as close to sounding mixed as possible. And it's funny because a lot of artists or whoever will hear my records and be like, oh yeah, this mix is crazy. And it's like, it's not mixed yet. And one of the best compliments I ever got was from Ben when I sent him my last single. Cozy is out now, by the way.
Shout out Cozy.
Mastered by Devvon.
You already know.
But Ben says about, he was like, yo dog, it was so easy to do this. Like it didn't require much.
Right.
And I like getting it to a point where it sounds so good that the engineer just has to put the volumes up and take the volumes down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I try to get my vocal as close to where I want it.
Right.
And if it's not there, I'm just not satisfied.
Right.
Enough to even want it on the project. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I get you.
And I take my vocals so serious because I already had such a hard time coming to terms with my vocal to become an artist. That's the one thing I just don't want played with. You can play with everything else. So, yeah, volume is so easy because we only got two options.
Right.
You can't bring the volume left. You can't bring the volume right.
Facts.
You can only bring it up and down. So I think if it's loud, too loud, bring it down. And if it's low, bring it up.
But I ain't gonna lie. That was you getting I respect that. That was really good.
That was great.
That was really good. That was good.
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm going for Potter of the Month, by the way.
Yo. Oh, you shooting?
Go for Potter of the
Month.
Potter of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
We
love
be
it.
competing with each other like
That was
baby this
good.
month.
That was really good.
I want to hear from
Yeah,
you
what's that?
as far as technique wise. Like,
Well, technique wise, I say turn it up, turn it down, but the trimmer plug-in. So that's my technique. I just use the
What
trimmer
plug is it?
plug-in in the beginning of the chain, and then I'll just make sure I just gain stage that way and just turn it up or turn it down. if I
explain
need
that.
to.
Explain it to him because he's trying to.
So the trimmer is like a they have a stock plug-in in Pro Tools, and it's just a trimmer. So instead of you just actually going like on the clip itself and turning it down and turning it up, I just use the trimmer, and it's the same kind of like concept of that.
You should have like
And-
a utility plug-in
Yeah,
in
but like
FL.
Slate has
Nothing?
a good
that
one
like
too.
pan
So
or
Slate
up
has
or
that
down?
trimmer
No?
plug-in.
Really?
So and I like that one too.
Can I say
By
something?
the
about-
way, that's proof that I really don't use FL.
It's
to
all
those
good.
people
Yeah, I
that,
know.
I mean, I really don't use Pro Tools to the people that swear I do.
Right.
Type.
Like, trimmer, wow.
that thing that you just said, the slate trimmer.
Yeah,
It has a sound.
it does. It does.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you something? I don't like the sound of it.
That's why I don't use it.
Yeah.
I just like the stock
the
because
so-
it just sounds like when you turn it down, it sounds the same.
Right. Something in it. I never actually brought this up with anyone because I've never just got a chance to. But I remember I was like, oh, this is a trim plugin. And I was like, oh, it's nice looking. You know, it's like, it's pretty. It's in the Slate Virtual Mat. So I would use it to turn things down. And I remember putting it on. I was like, you doing something. Like you coloring the sound a bit. And so I stopped using it. But that's interesting you said. One thing important about what you said, and then Courtney, I'll go to you, was as far as how you're doing it, you're putting a trim plug-in on every single track and then obviously just turning it down.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
So
okay.
like if I got like stems,
Right.
like beat stems, no, I'll just like, highlight everything and then just actually turn it down. But if I got a 2-track, I'm always just using the trimmer just because it's the simplest thing. for me to
Got
use,
you.
yeah.
I'm a clip gain guy,
Yeah,
so
clip
I
gain,
like
yeah.
clip gain. Yeah, like how you do. I'll highlight everything and just clip gain down. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to turn it down before it hits the plugins. That's why we like the clip gain. You have it too. It's like I know for you it's utility gain.
utility.
Like yours is utility gain plugin. For us, it's just a plugin. It's called trim,
Yeah.
and we get to turn it down. So for you,
I would say,
technique wise,
The one is definitely a variant of how he said, if it's too loud, turn it down. If you can't hear yourself, this is a tracking one specifically, but it still happens with volume, or has to do with volume. If you're recording and you're struggling to hear yourself, definitely use that clip gain and turn that waveform down. Do not turn that track volume down. Turn that waveform
On the
down.
beat, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because trust me, you will be competing with that shit until you hit the limiter.
Yes.
By the way, too, can I add that? And it's gonna sound real novice, but somebody need to hear this.
What?
If you can't hear yourself, check to see what volume your headphones at, because that beat might be bussing.
Facts.
Like that beat might be just overly loud.
Yo, can I say something about that? You're so right.
100%.
Because, and I know somebody will be like, look at what they just figured out.
No, but come
we
on
didn't.
now, be
We
real.
just never say it out loud. But the difference between your monitor volume and your actual tracking volume can destroy you so fast and mess you up and that is your gain structure, your gain staging. Because you can look in your session and you see reds, just everything is peaking, and then you're like, dang, I can't get my vocals, it's just not loud enough. And in my heart, I be wanting to tell people, yo, turn it all down and then turn that one thing up, or turn your headphones up. Now everything's loud, but it's not affecting the actual track. Like from an engineering standpoint, we understand, right?
Yes.
But from somebody that's just kind of starting out and they have their headphones cranked and then they go and look in the DAW and they're like, yo, but it's quiet in the DAW, but it's louder. It's like, yo, bro, those separate your mind from recording and monitoring.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how the consoles and stuff, like some consoles are set up as far as record mode and mix mode. And you don't know which way you're monitoring. You know what I mean? You gotta be
It's set up,
careful.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful how you're monitoring the recording
Literally.
or versus the actual print. You know,
That'll be the end of you.
Yeah, and I think there's something to say about that.
Sorry,
Sorry,
what my
go ahead.
second joint would be, when it comes to actually mixing, and this is something I've learned from him over many, many years. Pick one to win the fight. At every
Pick a
section
winner.
in the song, obviously the vocals and the kick and the snare are always going to be the lead tells. But if there's synth elements, if there's a particular keyboard or orchestral instrument, and you want that thing to shine through in that moment, pick one. One has to win. Everything else has to lose around it, but help support it. Everything can't be a main character at the same time.
We talking
That's a
about
bar.
it was a bar. I
My
ain't gonna lie.
bad. I had to interrupt.
Okay.
That's a bar.
That's the end of the clip. I ain't gonna lie. That's the end of that clip right there. That's the end of the clip right there. The dap.
I ain't gonna lie. He trying to take Potter of the month
Yeah, he
away
did try to
from
take
me.
that away from me. I ain't gonna lie. He tried to take that away. He in a
Shout
running.
out.
But totally agree with you.
Facts.
And I've always liked the idea, and I've got that from Jason Joshua.
Yeah.
Straight up. Even when we sat with him and
Oh, he
talked.
stole that?
No, I didn't steal it.
Imagine. No,
Hey.
he said, I stole that. I got you.
I just took my dad back, by the way, if y'all didn't see it.
It was Jason, and I love when he said it because it really put things into perspective as far as just looking at the frequency spectrum of 20 hertz. There's more, right? But 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz as far as human hearing and what we usually see on EQs. I know it goes further. I know. And saying to myself, okay, I got this space, and I'm trying to make everything fit within this space of music for the most part, as far as what we can hear. And so I start looking at the frequency spectrum of instruments just by themselves. And I'm like, oh, a lot of things have a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Violin have a lot of mid-range and low mids, you know? We have vocals, which take up the whole frequency spectrum, right? And so I started to realize, like, oh, this is a big house. And so in this house, I'm trying to give everybody more or less their own space in their own room so that they can have privacy, right? Like, that's how I've like conceptualized my whole mixing. And I say to myself, oh, well, if I'm listening, I'm like, yo, you kids are wilding in the basement. I'm like, this kick and bass is just, I need to separate them. They're too big for each other. Like, the room is getting too big for them. And so that's when I'm like, you know what? It's time for you to get a little space for yourself, but you got to make space for him because he does really well down here. So I'm just going to carve you out. So I've started to look at my mixing decisions as one big house. I'm trying to get these things to all live with each other, these brothers and sisters, and I'm trying to get them to just be in harmony and give them their own privacy and space. That's how I've always
If that's
thought
the
about
case, then your vocal should always be big, bro.
it. The vocals are big, bro.
Usually it is.
And depending on
Usually
what
it is.
genre.
Yeah.
They're the first child.
Depending
And
on
the
the
808
genre.
sometimes be big, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as, and I promise this from every ounce of my being, as the cowbell is the littlest of bros, you're always doing well.
Yo, cowbell, yo, bro, shout out that. I ain't gonna cap.
Shout out the triangles of the world.
I will say, what about when we get into places like solos, right? Like vocal goes away. We're having solos, which I love in music.
Sometimes the big bros take a back seat, but
Literally.
Yeah, and
Like,
the solo
the middle
goes forward.
child, the middle child can step in the middle like Michael Jackson. Just
And just
Yeah.
what's wrong with you? You all right?
Well, I wanted to
Yeah,
double
CBD.
back on y'all organization with the session though. Do you know about
Yeah.
Forte? Do y'all know about Forte?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I say this? Can you tell me, it's not sponsored. Can you tell me about it? Because I recently ran into it and I want you to please educate me on it. I recently ran into the situation where I had to bounce some stems.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is annoying. I was like, I wish I had Bounce Butler, which I've heard of. Shout out Ben Thomas. And then I know about Forte
know about
as
Forte?
far as bouncing
Hey,
stuff.
you're not
yeah,
allowed
so-
to do that.
What?
You're not allowed to promote another company if this one's sponsored by Forte, right?
But it's not.
But it's
Exactly.
not sponsored.
Why would we show y'all an alternative if we get paid?
I'm confused.
What's
that
another
way.
alternative?
crazy? No, he just said that. He just said
Bounce
that.
Butler.
Forte?
No, I'm saying
Oh.
like we're obviously not getting paid if Forte pays us. Then why would we mention Bounce Butler?
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you
yeah. I
said?
see what you're saying. I see he just
mad
Okay, that was
back in
deep.
my
But
Nah, he's mad smart for
anywho,
that.
I don't want to
He's
get
mad
deep
smart
on
for
that.
that.
Please, I don't want to get deep
Is
on
it
that.
Uchiwali or is it one mic?
Uchi, I ain't gonna lie. I like Uchiwali. Go ahead.
So
I ain't gonna lie, you really took me back. I was like, yo, Uchiwali. But yeah, tell me about.
yeah, so Forte does it all for you. So like, say like he didn't separate everything, and everything was just like the sends and everything else. You pretty much can get like your kit colored, your like your instruments can be colored, whatever you want it to be. You can get it auto named, and what it does when you just drag it in there, it'll do it like automate everything, and it'll organize everything in a straight line. It could tell like the vocals how they like recorded, and it'll just literally like do the whole thing for you.
Like normalize volumes?
Not normalize the volume,
Oh.
but just organize. Like
Oh.
you know, like so you know the ad libs, the
Yes.
doubles, like for somehow it knows that it's doing that. But yeah, Forte is it's a cheat code. But usually I would use it a lot most of the time because I still want to do my own thing to the session. Is I'll put it in Forte just to get the vocals in mono because you know they're in fake stereo.
Yes.
So I'll get it in mono and then I'll bring it in so I don't have to do that in
in Pro Tools,
whatchamacallit.
'cause
Yeah, but it's a great tool though for sure.
the way you would do it in Pro Tools was you doing like the split into mono,
Yeah, so
right
like-
clicking.
and then you gotta delete the other ones. It's just annoying, right?
I always felt like a really bad person doing that. Like right clicking that stereo mono track, and then I'm getting 3 files left, right in stereo, and then I
Yes,
delete
then you
that, and then
delete
I put
that
it in the
one.
middle.
Yes,
Yo, I never get to
yes.
say that out loud. I feel really bad. Like I just don't feel good. I feel like I took something like
Yeah,
from it, you know.
yeah.
And then I play back like it sounds different.
Yeah, it does, bro. And I
Something-
always do that with the vocals. I always just want to mix it in mono.
Yes.
Right? So I just
Yeah. Can I tell you something? For me, I am so scared to touch. That's even when I know it's in my, like I look at the waveform, I can see when it's hitting. You know how you can look at the waveform itself, the meter, and see this is mono. Like it's just together, it's
Yes.
tight. There's no variation with the left and right. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I know it's in mono, but I still want to split it. You know what I mean? And put it as an actual
Double
one track.
mono and
Yeah.
vocals.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like in Pro Tools, we have so you know in Pro Tools, our plugins will automatically shift into multi-mono or stereo, no matter what, which I do enjoy and I'm thankful for because I heard some of y'all like are screwed with that. Like y'all
Yeah,
have
we
to
don't have
actually, you don't have that where it automatically
Oh,
does
actually,
it.
yes, yeah. We the plugin companies, at least for Ableton, it downloads the separate versions, and we have to like intentionally choose separate versions.
Okay, so there's something y'all have. Okay, so for us, it automatically switches, but also I like in Pro Tools, I'm gonna be honest, and I know other DAWs do it, but this is what I like, in my DAW. You ever want to slap a Valhalla verb or something like a stereo plugin on the main track and it's mono?
Yes.
And it makes it stereo?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That I don't have to
Yes.
even think about trying to like
So make
double
yes.
it. It
I
just
do like
does
that.
it. Pro
Yeah.
Tools will automatically make the track a stereo track if you put a
go left or
stereo
right.
plugin on it.
Which
Like,
is so strict.
It works here too. That's not unique.
I know it's not unique, and I want you to be the person that is the voice that just says for the people yelling and screaming right now in the comment section, like foaming at the mouth, because
that's
they're foaming at the mouth.
But wait.
that I know I'm not unique. I said
Alright,
I like
so
that
On behalf of all the Studio One users out there, because it's definitely them.
for sure.
You're not special.
Let me say this: I'm afraid of Studio One people in our comments.
Oh yeah, no, they're really gangster.
They're really there.
So wait, as opposed to you,
There's a guy that makes shout out Flowman. He's one of our members. He makes a button. He makes sure when the episode goes up, he like Studio One assemble, and it's the button, and they all of them, and that be the
They
most
all
liked
like it, yeah,
comment
every time.
Every time.
We gotta bring. I
Yo,
ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. One
Hit
of y'all
us.
start the Logic button, start the Pro Tools button. Like everybody, start the button when
Boy,
the video
cakewalk
comes
button
out.
start wilding, I'm gonna be
If
mad.
the
That's crazy.
cakewalk button start wilding,
So you're
Traction.
saying you would do that, or you're thankful for that, as opposed to what you would have to like bounce said mono signal into a stereo format and then put Valhalla on?
I'm saying yes, bouncing it would be one way. Another way would be to duplicate the mono, right? Nasty, right? Duplicate the mono track. So now I got two, right? And if they're both shooting up like this, they're not panned.
I've never seen a DAW that's just so like Pro Tools is the chief DAW of like here's like they'll show you take every opportunity to be like here's the rules of the NBA. You can't break these rules. But if you want to, you got a separate set of rules that you can use to break that shit.
For real.
But you can't just break that shit. It's like, well, why?
You know. But you can do it. Like if you put Avox Duo on a mono track, it's wild. Like
Yeah, it automatically becomes stereo.
stereo and it does that
shout
duo
out to
sound.
Interesting.
I want to wrap this up with
Please.
something. All right.
What's up?
We got to play a game. We got a guest in the building. We got to play a game.
Oh, that's great.
All right. We're going to do fast track. One got to go. All right. You know the rules. You pick one.
Damn, you came. Yo, he really got back in his bag. Like, I'm back in my bag.
During the
Yeah, I
runtime
do
of the
it when
episode.
we got a guest all the time.
My fault, OG.
Profit. Callback. That's a callback.
That is.
Juno.
Because Juno, shout out Juno.
Shout out Juno, though. Shout out Juno. All right. I'm going to give you a bunch of one gotta goes or verses, and you just pick which one gotta go.
Versus.
Okay.
All right. 2A versus 76.
A two-way.
Got you. Waves tune versus auto tune.
Auto-tune. Oh, you said one got to go?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
what
mean,
if-
you could just pick which one.
Okay, I'm
Which one
I'm
you
picking
prefer?
mine. Okay, which one I prefer?
Yes,
Okay,
one
okay.
Big studios versus intimate studios.
I think since mine is so intimate, I like big studios.
Got you.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 mics versus, and I just got it, regular condensers.
Oh, two. Mike versus regular conditions.
Eden versus the Atlantis, basically.
Dang, right. Well, I have that Atlantis. I'm gonna go with the Atlantis just because that's what I
tight.
use every day.
Okay.
Workflow versus Sonics.
Workflow.
That's my type of guy.
Yeah, for sure.
For real. I be
Workflow, bro.
getting killed. They be like, Sonics, man. Nothing is more important than the
Nothing
Sonics.
is more important than Sonics.
Which is true. Do you like the EQ with the see I'm messing up
The graph?
The RTA.
graph EQ or the little
RTA?
knob EQ?
So oh man, that's
Are you
just got it like
like
a
I want to
caveman.
have
Yeah.
both, right?
Go ahead.
Because
Are
it's
you a
like,
parametric
I like
or
not
RTA
knowing
guy?
sometimes what's going on because it's like I'm not like looking at it, but I don't know, man. I used to SSL so much, so I say I like the knobs without showing.
You're a
Yeah, you old school.
parametric guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
He's
a
a
parametric
parametric
guy.
Yeah.
Parametric guy.
You're a parametric
outboard
guy.
gear,
Look at this
or
RTA guy over here.
Is it outboard gear or what?
Outboard gear or their plug-in versions.
Oh, that's a dangerous one.
That's
You
a
gonna get in
great
trouble.
question.
Go ahead.
Or you gotta piggyback. Is it recording wise or mixing wise?
Let's go mix some wise.
Mixing wise. So I'm a fan of analog, but I would prefer to just mix straight plugins though.
I think that's what that's yeah. That's
Got
what I
you.
man.
That was
But I want to piggyback. I know you're about
Please.
to end this right now,
Please.
so I have
Please.
the West Audio that I use plugins to go into analog, and that changed the game for me though.
Word.
So, but I don't like it when I'm having to actually go and push the stuff like that. I kind of like lost the fun in that.
I got a couple more. KRKs versus Yamahas.
Yamahas, yeah, we gotta go with the Yamahas.
Damn, that was like with disgust.
I would too. Come on, bro. Come on.
KRK
Shout out
is
KRK.
kind of like more like a producer speaker, not a
It is
engineer.
that was a
Yeah.
duh. I've never said that out loud, but it's like yes,
Yeah.
I would think it's more to me it's more of a producer speaker.
By the way, I got to turn myself in. Off of that.
Did you get
I
the
just-
KRK 10s?
No. So, and a shot, I wish I remembered his name, but a fan DM'd me about this.
What?
And it was just like, somebody gonna find out, right?
About what?
I put up a making of my new single. Cozy's out now, by the way.
Oh my god.
And the thing
so
is, when I was working out the studio, and I was living in the studio for a few months in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was a nice crib. Shout out Sonic Hotel in Sandy Springs. But we went to go, we were working on Cozy, and we were shooting all the process of it. And I don't remember why, but when I was gone, I had came back to New York for like a couple of days. Somebody had used the studio. We rented it out. And they had they brought the sub to the top. So now it's 2 KRKs, sub in the middle, another 2 KRKs.
Atmos.
And look, we wasn't
Atmos.
recording, we wasn't
Making a
mixing,
desk.
we wasn't recording or mixing, but somebody that's funny. We wasn't recording or mixing, but I was doing a playback with the homies there, just playing them some of the new songs. And in the making of, you see me right next to a big ass KRK sub right in front of me. And I think that's audio court for sure.
Bro,
He was
I ain't gonna lie.
documented.
I did see that. I didn't think too much because I was like, that's silly. But I didn't think about,
silly.
hey, you're like recording there.
Or I'm changing the game. Think about it.
No.
What's
The
crazy
sub in
is-
front of you?
The sub as your center speaker is nuts.
Yeah,
Like
that's
like
crazy.
in your face, not on the
Try it.
floor.
You can really feel the bass.
Nah, bro, stop, bro, stop.
What's
Son just
crazy?
getting
All right.
low end.
Last one got to go then.
What?
Would you rather record all your songs in the same session, or work with your sub right in front of you?
That's a good callback.
That's a great one.
I'd
That's a
rather put my
great
sub right in front of my face.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. What would you
crazy.
rather do?
I work all my songs in one session.
And this has been the My
Knocking
Studio
out.
Nerds Pod
Yo.
with the homie Mixed by L.
Shout out,
Follow
clap it up
us
one
on
time,
social
Mixed by
Appreciate
L,
y'all
man.
having me,
Mixed
man.
by L.
For sure.
Thanks for being here,
Thank you,
my
for
guy.
sure.
And yeah, man, just appreciate you and just what you do and stuff like that, and just kicking it with the homies. And obviously, it's open door, bro. Whenever you're here and stuff like that, let us know.
Absolutely.
Say let y'all
Let
work
the
out.
people know
For
where to
sure.
find you too.
Type,
please.
type,
Got
please.
you. Oh, you said let them know where I'm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mixed
yeah.
by L. I'm Mixed by L. You know, just look me up on Instagram or YouTube because I do have tutorials and whatnot. But yeah.
Mixed by EL. Just
Oh yes, EL.
Just for
Yes.
spelling
Right, so they
purposes.
just do it right. This is my Studio Nerd podcast, the podcast for studio nerds like yourself. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And also, let's start that button in the comment section as far as the Studio
The
One,
DAWs,
Logic, the
FL
DAWs,
gang.
FL gang. Like, let us know in the comment section
Ableton
below.
astronauts.
And then also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, that would help so much in supporting what we got going on here. And shout out to all of our members. Obviously, we're taking our questions from our members a lot more now. As far as in our Discord, which is for members only.
We're gonna do a full members episode of just like members.
Yeah, one day
questions.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure. Just on the just have them up on the screen. Oh, trust me, I know how to do it. They would love that. So we'll do that for members
get it.
only. But appreciate y'all, and we're out of here. Till next time, y'all.